Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Ogle, and welcome to the second L4G National News Show for 2015. We only do these once a month now, so there's plenty of things to talk about since we had the previous one on, I think it was the 3rd of January. So I hope the year's going well for you. We're already over a 12th of the way through the year, so 2015 is moving along fast. So I'm going to get cracking and get straight into this. I don't want these shows to be huge, long things, so I'm going to crack on. The mission statement has been crafted for Link for Growth. Now we've always had a mission, but putting it into simple words to kind of explain what we're doing in Link for Growth has been something that's been on the cards for a while. And the mission statement reads like this: to encourage people towards happiness and through collaboration rebuild our communities from the grassroots up. Now that's fairly simple and straightforward. However, there are a lot of components to what that statement says, and included within it is a list of things, really, and I'm going to go through them. So that mission statement, encouraging people towards happiness and through collaboration rebuild our communities from the grassroots up, includes helping people find their passions. Now the world is changing, and jobs as we know them and the computerization, etc., is actually transforming the whole concept of a job, which was something that was emanated from the Industrial Revolution, really. And more people are going to find that actually doing what we've always been doing, i.e. going out to work and then coming home, and etc., etc., is actually going to start becoming a little bit more difficult as the job market does get more and more competitive, and of course the number of jobs becomes less and less. And we've already got, I think, 4 million people in this country that are running their own small businesses. So a route is to help people to discover what they love doing, what they're passionate about, and enable them to make money doing that, so that they can live their life doing what they love. So that's part of what we're talking about in Link for Growth. Also taking responsibility for our health, and that comes through education, and it comes through osmosis, really, looking at what other people are doing and making minor adjustments, because no one chose to be obese, I don't believe. No one chose to be grossly overweight. It has happened because of the way that we live today, and the advertising on the TV, and the foods we've got available to us, or non-foods, as many of them are. But we can reverse that. We can reverse it, as I said, through education and through osmosis of people making better choices. So that's part of it. Becoming a lifelong learner is another part of this. Link for Skills is there. It's which we call the People's University. It's about enabling us all to share what knowledge we have and the information we have with people who want to find out about those things. So becoming a lifelong learner is crucial. Connecting with other people, that's locally, nationally, online, offline. Within Link for Growth, we provide a framework for enabling that to take place. Encouraging people to buy local, and that building the local economy, that's really important, because 5 times the amount of money that whatever we spend in the local economy, 5 times that amount stays local if we use local people. So buy local is a really important part of what Link for Growth is all right, and the hashtag we use, L4G buy local, is something to look out for. And of course, building the local economy is really important, because that is the engine room, if you like, for rebuilding community. So we're helping support and develop local businesses, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that later on. And also removing the cloak of invisibility of local charities. There are so many local charities that are struggling because the pot of money that they used to go and get a small percentage of has dried up. They've had their finance and their funding taken away from them, and consequently they're really struggling these days. So So that's another integral part of what Link for Growth is all about. Also integrating the young, their energy and skills um, uh, that they've got into the local community. There is a real challenge, and that challenge, as I've said before, I believe, is that the younger people have grown up with the technology that's available to us, but they don't have the business knowledge and the life experience. And then you've got the older people who've got life experience and probably business knowledge without and are fearful of the new technology. So helping to bridge that gap and bring those two groups of people together so that we can all benefit from what we have at our disposal is a really important thing. And sharing and replicating knowledge that we have and best practice, with some really good things going on out there in the communities all across the country. Loads of people doing good work, but the information is a secret. It's being kept local. It's not being able to get out there, and we may be able to replicate some of those things in other parts of the country. So that's a really important initiative, and we're doing that through things like L4G.TV, the Link for Growth TV channel, which I'll be talking a little bit more about later. And finally, really living in harmony with those around us. As we take more personal responsibility and we become, if you like, more assertive in ourselves, then this enables us to be comfortable with in our own skin, as it were, but also help other people and live in a way which is far more sustainable, because we're working and living in a locality which is close to us, and we don't need to keep traveling around and great distances, etc., to get to work and whatnot. So encapsulated with that very small, very short mission statement is a huge amount of other things which I've just gone through. So so brilliant. But there's loads to do in Link for Growth in 2015, which I did mention in January, and we're looking to grow extensively. So the new structure that we built towards the back end of 2014 is in place. The national training program, which basically is a series of videos which enables all of the people in Link for Growth across the country to basically get up to speed with what we're doing and how we're doing things, all delivered from a central resource, so that we haven't got Chinese whispers of bits and pieces being carried and the message being diluted. We're controlling all of that from a central resource so that it's absolutely top quality, and you're getting exactly the message and all the messages of Link for Growth, which are fantastic. We are also forging new collaborations, and this is about I mentioned this just a moment ago. There's some amazing things going on out there in the community. Lots of people doing great work, but they're all islands on their own, unable or not necessarily unable to, but they don't have a tendency to collaborate with other people, because it's like a little island. They're in control of it, and they're doing what they want to do. And Link for Growth is about having an umbrella which sits above all of this, which allows us very easily to leave our banners, our posters, our egos at the door, and say, look, we're all going in the same direction here. We're all trying to do the same thing. Wouldn't it be much better if we work together to achieve it? Because that would speed things up. We would find that other people have got great ideas that we could use, or they're doing similar things, and we could save on time and effort. But we need to have a abundancy and collaborative viewpoint rather than a competitive and scarcity view. And this is really, really important. And we're forging some great collaborations at the moment with a number of national organisations, which will enable us to work together and accelerate things. And this is really exciting stuff. I mean, it will be amazing, and the speed at which the transformation can take place if we do this. And I encourage, if there are people out there that are doing things which are, if you like, part of what Link for Growth's long-term goals are, then let's have them on board. Let's bring them together. Let's talk to them. Let's see how we can work together to achieve much, much more, much, much faster, and we can get these things out there and done. Yeah, the first Link for Growth TV show aired in January, and that was basically brought about by Carol Dodsley and Jenny Braithwaite, and it's all about finance. And so well done to you two. I know that they're looking for contributions, guests, ideas for the show. It's all about finance. So the first one was about the new EU VAT debacle, which has caused all sorts of controversy. We had a VAT specialist on there who worked at the VAT office for many years, Les Howard, and also a lady on who's been involved in lobbying and creating momentum for not opposition to the rules, but basically to try and simplify these EU VAT rules, because it's actually very difficult and quite unworkable for local small businesses. And some of the, and this is really an important point, some of the I talked to a lot of local businesses, small businesses. How on earth are they supposed to get this knowledge about these EU VAT rules, etc., how are they supposed to get information about the rules and the laws of running a business? Because it's not an excuse to be ignorant of the law. You've got to make yourself available on it, and make the information available to yourself. And the TV shows are about bringing to people things which they may not be able to get from mainstream TV or from other places, and bringing those into a central resource so that they can consume them. Now, the finance, as I say, there's loads of ideas on finance, like payment devices and how you can pay for things online, in terms of if you're running a web shop or something like that, debt, how to get out of debt, what the problems with debt are, debt management organizations, mortgages explained, insurances, credit cards, free, zero interest credit cards, all that kind of stuff, investments and tax. There's a whole plethora of financial issues and areas that we can explore. And these shows are hourly, they're once a month, and they're all about finance, but there's some brilliant other ideas out there, like health, nutrition, fitness, food choices, why diets don't work, all that kind of stuff. Caring for the older generation. It's a fact that actually the NHS can't look after older people. There's going to be more and more people that are going to be responsible for looking after their parents in old age. How do they do that? How do you deal with someone with Alzheimer's? How to work out whether someone's got Alzheimer's? What are the things to look out for? And all the other issues that go with old age. That could be a wonderful TV show, and where to buy products that you might need, like hoists or even incontinence products and stuff like that. And there's loads and loads of things that relate to that particular sector, and I know there are people in Link for Growth that have this knowledge. So bringing that out and delivering it through a platform that we're building is a really good idea. We can also do political discussions and debates. Well, I know, we all know Link for Growth is has not got any political angle or any religious angle. However, people can come on that show who have, or people who are in the community who want to talk about stuff like that. The Andrew Marsh on a Sunday morning is really popular. So is the Question Time on the BBC on Thursdays, and the show that comes after that, the politics show. There's a lot of people out there that have got a view and would like to discuss this. So that's another whole concept of a show that could be used. Another one that's really interesting is charities, raising funds. How do you raise funds? How do you make the money go further? How can you use technology to help you? All the different ways that all the different problems that charities have got. There's a whole TV show that could be about that too. So and also we need help in programming these shows and stuff like that, and getting these things all happen. So if you want to get involved in some way, then please do get in touch. Carol, Jenny, or your local district leader will be more than happy to talk about it with you. But do get involved. The more variety, the more people that are looking to getting involved in this, then the richer the whole channel will be. So do take advantage of that. Link for Skills. Link for Skills is the Link for Growth education platform. It's basically coined as the people's university. It's about us sharing our knowledge, amongst other things. We've also got the Foundation Engagement Program, FEP, which is all about helping people to participate online as well as they do offline. And there's no longer an excuse. I don't do IT. I'm no good on social media platforms. Those arguments don't hold water anymore, for the simple reason that there'll be somebody in your town doing what you do that is good on those platforms, and they are going to clean up. So you do need to get this knowledge. It's no longer an excuse. Link for Skills is there to deliver you with the knowledge and understanding of these platforms, as well as a whole variety of other things. The open source there is for us to be able to create workshops about a myriad of different things, so that we have a whole experience. Link for Skills is a total education program, with us being able to educate other people that want to have our knowledge. We have a new Hootsuite workshop that's just been released. We have a social media appreciation workshop that's just gone live today, which is basically taking things like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, and Twitter, and explaining what those platforms are, because they all look very similar. When you set up a profile, you've got the same stuff on there, and you could be forgiven to thinking, well, I'm on one of them, why do I need to go on these others? But they're all different. They've all got a niche. They all do something a little bit different to the others, and you need to understand what their purpose is, why they've been created, what is the service they're delivering, such you can decide how to use them in a most effective way for what you're trying to deliver. So that workshop's just gone live today. If you're a subscriber, £15. If you're not, £25. But do look for linkforskills.com, I think it is. You'll find all the workshops on there. Get on there and have a look, because I'm booking onto that one myself. So really good stuff. There's some others coming up as well. There's one in preparation at the moment, how to use Hangouts on Air for your business, which is going to be amazing. We're doing a Hangout on Air right now, but how can you use them for your business? How can you deliver workshops and training? How can you do all this stuff? How do you set it up? Where do you go? What do you do? How do you create them? All this kind of stuff's going to be available. Also, you might have heard it, if you've spoken to me recently, you might have heard of the Thrive program. Again, we're going to be delivering that online. We're just doing some of that at the moment, but that I'm hoping is going to be translated into a workshop that you can consume, you can join in, you can be part of that online. So 2015 is going to be absolutely massive for Link for Skills. If you've got a workshop that you want to deliver, then again, get in touch. There's a form on that linkforskills.com website, which you can fill in and request to be request to do some training, and actually and Carol will get back to you. So fantastic, all of that. We're growing as well. So there's some new districts that have just launched. We've launched in Northampton. Nikki Pepper has been coordinating that with the new district leader up there, Asif Raymond. Fantastic event last Monday. I was up there at Oundle. That's already sort of started to create a whole buzz going up there, which is really amazing. So well done to you, Asif. Fantastic result there. And also down in more closer to where I am, the Central Hearts district has been launched. That was done in conjunction with Paul Viola and Danny Young, the new district leader in training there. And again, another amazing event, and as a result of that event, another event has already been set up, and that's in conjunction with Metro Bank. So they're hosting a coffee in March, so that's launching in March, and we've got the existing coffee in fact it's quite close to where the Metro Bank is actually. But well done, Danny, that's brilliant news. And in order to basically sort that out, St Albans, we've had to split a district. So we've taken Central and East Hearts and we've cut that in two. It did cover a huge area and some quite big towns. So Central Hearts has been created, and Danny Young's looking after that. And we've got East Hearts, which is currently being looked after by Paul Viola, but we're looking for someone to step up and be a district leader there. So if that's something you might be interested in, then do get in touch. But just to let you know what's in Central Hearts, it's St Albans, Wheathampstead, Harpenden, it's got Welling and Hatfield in it, and also Radlett, London Colney, Park Street, around that kind of area. So that's kind of the area that we're talking about there. Our aim is to be nationwide by the end of the year. There are some interesting conversations going in other kind of miles away parts of the country at the moment. I will give you more details on that next month, but we are interested in firing up Birmingham and Bristol as well. So if you do have contacts in those areas, please do get in touch, because we're looking to really get those things rocking shortly. L4G Mingle, if you missed that, it's only once a month, but it's the first Monday evening between 7:30 and 9:30. That's going from strength to strength. A few new people joined in again this month, some old ones, and some people who are part of the community trying it for the first time. It's 2 hours. It's an opportunity for you to network through Twitter and talk to people in Link for Growth and outside of Link for Growth right across the country. So do join us at the beginning of March for that. It'll be the 2nd of March. So put that in your diary, 7:30 in the evening till 9:30. You don't have to stay for the whole 2 hours, but it is good fun. It's a bit fast and furious, but if you're not good at Twitter beforehand, you definitely will be afterwards. Business community. A lot of people hear me talking at events saying that, you know, the business community is only 30% of what goes on in a community. 70% of it has got nothing specifically to do with business. It's all the other stuff which makes up society. However, the business community is the engine room of the local economics, as it were, and without it, things would be very, very depressing. So it's an important and integral part of the community, and something that we believe requires a bit of focus, really. So we are at very late stages now in developing the concept of Link for Business. And if you've had a chance to look at the organizational structure of Link for Growth, you will have seen there is an area, an element in there alongside things like Link for Skills and L4G.TV, which was Link for Business. Now, Link for Business is going to be services above and beyond what we're doing already with the community building, that have got certain features and functions which are specific to people who are in business, because it is a specialist area. And the first service that we're going to be launching is called L4G OMG, and that's not oh my god, that is online mentoring groups. Okay, so think mastermind style, 8 people in it's all delivered online. It's all going to be, so it doesn't matter where you live. It's going to be half a day a month, and basically a minimum commitment of 6 months. But you will be having, there'll be 8 people. They can be started with 4, a facilitator, and basically an opportunity to peer-to-peer mentor. So they're going to be really powerful, and I'm really excited about this. And we've got in the wings now somebody that is looking forward to helping us grow this. So more details on that as they become available. But there'll be other services that will be developed and created which will run alongside the rest of what we're doing, but will be assigned to the Link for Business development group. So watch that space. Let me talk now very briefly about district websites. I've done some training, and we're looking now to roll these district websites out. Essentially what a district website is it brings together all the tools that we use, things like the forum, the website, the Link for Skills, the TV platform, the local events and calendar, workshops. All it brings, the communities that we're building for each town, brings all of this stuff together. Almost like a local district magazine delivered online. It's a simple, it's basically very, very easy. It's like it's a website which everybody understands, but it encapsulates all these other tools that we're using to help rebuild community. What it is taking some fairly difficult technologies or fairly complex technologies and making it really simple so that we can all benefit from utilizing it. And the nice thing is, it's almost like a website which is just ever growing, and where we haven't got control at the center. The control is absolutely devolved so that every single person can participate, and it's a growing, living organism, which is the community involvement website. Really, really powerful, and we're going to be rolling all of those out, and all the existing district leaders will be first to get their district websites up and running, and then we'll start to build those in preparation for the new districts as they come on board. So really, really good there. I'm also looking to upgrade the forum so that we can move it to the latest version, which is a lot more social media friendly and a better user experience. So no plans on exactly when that is yet, but I'm just advising you that that is going to happen at some point, and really looking forward to doing that as well. And pretty much that's it for the news update. I just want to bring news of one very sad event, which is the passing of Karina Shepherd. Now, many of you will not know who Karina was, but somebody that I knew for best part of 5 years from my previous networking activities. And Karina started to host a couple of events. One of them was in Prestwood and Great Missenden, which is where she lived, and that was started with a guy called Colin Vasey, who's a local pastor there, and she became district leader in January 2014, but very soon after that discovered that she had a brain tumour which was operated on, but unfortunately they could just delay basically her passing, which happened on middle of January. The funeral was last week, which I attended, and it was just a very sad event. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say really, but very grateful to have known Karina, and she was a really lively, buzzing person. I did write a blog post on the forum. Please do go and have a look at that, and that will tell you a little bit more. I did do a Link for Growth soundbite with Karina before she became ill, actually, and do have a look at that, because that will give you a much better understanding of some of the work that Karina did, which is pretty fantastic, and it was in the area of dyslexia and helping people with that. So that's it. Have an amazing remainder of February. The year is disappearing rapidly before us, so enjoy the remainder of February. I'll be back with the next news show on the 7th of March, and all that remains to be said really is get out there, network, join us online in a whole myriad of ways, and I will see you hopefully at an event that you're at near you. So that's it. See you next month. Bye now.